What's going on, you guys? This is Cassie, Unlimited Goddess, coming to you with Unlimited Truth. This is an exclusive event to me. As you can see, I have two guests with me. It's Andrea and Miss Goldie.
Hello.
Hey guys.
And you guys, I have my kids here, so they are part of this too. I'm sorry I came in the house late, but the show must go on, you guys. I wanted to come on here and expand the event to me because basically I have that service available, but I also wanted to bring it to my YouTube and just on my public platforms where I could come here and you could vent to me and I could give you like certain advice on certain things and, you know, to meet other people probably going through the same thing and just to network, you know, and go around. So the topic today that I want to talk about with the vent to me is regarding domestic violence. And as you guys know, feminine or masculine, everybody suffers from domestic violence. And the reason why I wanted to start this with this discussion, I'm sorry, you guys, I'm thirsty because I'm so nervous too. The whole point of me to start this discussion is to basically go to the beginning, like to the root of it, like why as men and women we even find ourselves in those different situations and why they occur. So today I'm going to be taking notes, like when we talking and stuff, I'm just going to take notes because with these notes, I'm just going to break down into like a short series of like, you know, basically how we're going to start it. What's going on, Miss Q? Hi, Miss Janice. All right, you guys. So I want to talk about domestic violence and just get people advice. So if you guys are in the comments, you want to reply. And then the ladies up here is going to talk to me too. But I want to say first that I feel like when it comes to us being in certain situations or we have family and friends that's in domestic violence, I feel like that starts from our childhood with things that we seen or how we was treated. So you ladies could just join in and just let me know if you agree with that and what's your thoughts on that.
I
As
definitely
far
agree
as
with that. It definitely stems from childhood trauma, childhood, like where how you were raised in your environment. For the most part, it's usually what happened in the home. There's usually signs, far as it could be physically, mentally, verbally, spiritually, financially. There's all types of abuse that a lot of people don't really talk about. So I definitely agree. It definitely stems from childhood for the most part.
yeah, I feel like with my situation, it was more like it was childhood, but it wasn't in the home. It was more like going through things within the school and stuff like that that I went through that was the reason why I kind of accepted certain things that I went through.
Mm-hmm. In my home, I grew up like with a lot of verbal and physical abuse and then also mental abuse and stuff like that. I've seen how my father treated my mother. So, you know, like when you're in that type of energy since you're younger, you start to like accept it for what it is. So I started seeing like growing up, like I just accepted certain things. Like basically I was just my mother again, but the way that she raised me and stuff like that. So when I got into certain situations with men and they talked to me a certain way or they did something, you know, I would forgive them because I just thought that was normal. Like this is the shit that my mother and father go through that I seen. So it's just like installed. So when I look back, I seen like that's how I started accepting these type of things. But at that time, of course, I didn't know it. It was just normal to me, you know? So
Yeah.
that's how that went and stuff like that. And it's like when you have family and friends and stuff like that around you and they're doing the same thing or they're used to the same thing, you just feel like the shit is normal. You know what I'm saying? It's like a
Yeah.
product of the environment and stuff like that. And I don't know, I just look back and I'm just mad embarrassed and stuff like that of a lot of things. And I don't know. I'm just happy to be where I'm at right now. And that's why I want to talk about these things because I feel like it's hard to talk about these type of subjects because even when I have to, like, you guys just see me come up here and be talking about, yeah, my mother did this or my father did that. And I love my mother and father, like, no matter what, especially my mother. So it hurts me, but you got to talk about things to process them and see them the way that they is, and to save yourself and your kids, you know, and to
Right.
break the generations. Because no matter
Right.
how you are, what you do now is going to impact your child. Because it's like, even if your child had a rough night, a rough life, if you showed them that you did certain things to heal stuff and to help the trauma that you did to them, they're gonna roll that shit over to their kids. And it's like a cleanup thing, better than repeating the cycle over and over and over.
Right. Because they watching. They watching
Yes.
real hard.
Yep, and they sponges too. So we all make mistakes and things like that.
Right.
But you know, we gotta heal and do those type of things. Um, I also wanted to get into real quick talking about family and friends and the things that they do to cover up certain things. Now, there's different energies when it comes to that. It's family or friends that, you know, just want to mind their business. Like, that's none of my business. I'm not dealing with that. And then there's family and friends that is in that same type of energy as you. So it's normal. It's regular, like that type of shit. Like, I just, I don't know. I feel like
That's a
people,
good topic.
yo, yes,
It's very good topic.
I can't, because that one is just gonna go on and on and on and on. Because
Mm-hmm.
basically, I feel like if somebody dies, all y'all motherfuckers need to be charged or held accountable for certain things.
Right.
Because
Right.
certain things is a game until somebody come up dead.
Right.
Like, you try to defend somebody, or you try to brush things under the rug or whatever. It's just, listen, I don't know, the things I encounter, and having to go through domestic violence with my daughter's father, and even have it happening now, and having to be with him over 3 years. Like,
Mm.
I just be feeling like, sometimes I just be like, I'll even tell my mother and my sisters, and I know that shit crushed them, like, if that motherfucker gonna kill me, just let him kill me. Because I'm not gonna walk around with fear, you know what I'm saying? Especially
Yes.
Right.
my life and doing what I gotta do. I'm not about to walk around with the fear, like, every time I
Right.
walk outside, you know what I'm saying? I gotta watch my back. Like, if you're gonna do it, you do it. Like,
Right.
it's,
And I feel like that fear thing, that's what keeps you kind of stuck there
Yeah.
with them.
yeah, but it's a motherfucker when you know that person to really do it to you.
Exactly. That's the
Like,
Yeah.
crazy
That's
part. That's
the.
the crazy part.
it's just, it's sad. It really, really is. I'm just trying to pull this up on here. But if you guys have your opinion on that one, just share it with me. If you ever went through experiences, or maybe had a family or friend that you know was going through domestic violence, and that type of stuff happened. But I understand certain people don't want to mind their business. Like, I'm the type of person that I'm like, you know what, this shit ain't none of my business or whatever. I ain't about to be around.
Right.
I ain't about to be around. It just
I
ain't gonna.
wanna. I was gonna touch base on like my experience, as far as like it started when I was young. I was basically 18, and I remember because before 18, the the guys, my exes, or the guys that I would talk to, they were like played basketball, very into school, all of that. But when I reached 18, I'm dealing with somebody that's basically in the streets.
Mhm.
This is me first learning it. And I remember the first time, hands being put on me and just being disrespected. I remember feeling like, even though I experienced it, within my childhood, seeing it, it was like a first thing for me, because I've never been called out my name. I've never been, what I'm saying, disrespected by somebody of the opposite sex of me, or someone that I was interested in. And it was crazy, because I still remember to this day, our peers, they put it in my head like, oh girl, he must love you, he acted crazy, it's that's that hood love
I've
or
heard that.
whatever. And he just care about you. You're his first real girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh,
Mm.
he love you. And it was just like, okay, like it was a lot for me to process. Like, this is what they do, they fight each other. But And in the beginning, it started to be, us fighting because this is what we do. This is what everyone is experiencing. So this is normal, right? They put it in my head that it was normal, even though I had a smidge and I had a feeling that it wasn't normal. You know what I mean? And it just sucks that society portrays that, especially in the black community. That's the main thing. In the black community, they make it so comfortable with, this is what we do, we fight each other. Oh, a guy or even a female, they're gonna call us out our name. All right, we just talk crap back, or we just talk shit back. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
then it becomes an altercation, and as long as I'm fighting back, I'm not getting beat on. We're just fighting.
Mm.
Yeah, you nailed it with that one, like for real.
Mm.
For real, for real. And you see how I was talking about how the people be around that's in the same energy, so they think that the shit is normal or something like that. I used to
Yes.
think that shit was cute. A nigga tell me, I'll smack the shit out of you, I'll beat your ass, or I'll kill you if you.
Yeah, that is not cute.
What the fuck was wrong with,
That is crazy.
like for real? That's crazy. But yeah, that shit just made me think hard back on some stuff. That's why I'm like honestly, it takes two to tango, but it's gonna be like, when are you gonna open your eyes and see that it's abuse? And
And
sometimes,
see
Exactly.
what she was saying about how like her peers were telling her that, I was getting that type of information from the person I was talking to, mom. So that's what kind of had me messed up. I was nervous to say anything to my family because I didn't want to
It's a
get anybody
cycle.
in trouble. I didn't want them to go in on him. And the way
Right.
I am, I'm like non-confrontational. I like just I'm real chill. So I kept all of my stuff like bottled in, and everything that I went through, I just dealt with it until it spilled out into the public, where he actually hit me in public in front of my family. And then that's when, I was just like, okay, this is
That
this is
right
a bit
there.
much. But everything that you said that you were getting from your peers and friends and whoever was around y'all thinking it was normal, that's what his mom used to tell me. She would tell me stuff like that, like, well, you got 3 kids with him and he really loved you. He stressed out, making all these like excuses and stuff like that for him, instead of being like talking to me like if I was her daughter. Would you tell your daughter that? You know what I mean? So I get what you're saying with that. I definitely understand
Yes.
when you getting that negative feedback and you don't really know what to say or how to deal with it.
and
Yeah,
it's
it makes you feel like you don't have nobody to really go to. It feels like, okay, this is something I have to put up with.
Right.
And then you
Right.
really don't realize that it's abuse until later on.
listen. Also, it be the excuses that they make because it's the manipulation for me. It's that
Ooh,
like
that right there.
the
Right.
first time you talked about the first time. Like I remember the first time I had hands put on me, and it was just like you like it's the blame you, like it's your fault, like I ain't mean to do that to you, or you see what you made me do and I'm not ever gonna do that again, and da 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 da. And I
Right.
was some lifetime shit, but I was like, I love him.
Mm-mm.
Yep. You start to really believe that it's your fault after a while. Like you said, it's the manipulation.
Yeah, and then that has to do with our self-esteem and how we feel inside and stuff like that.
That's
um,
a big one right there. That's a big one right there, because your self-esteem, especially when it's low, you'll deal with it. You'll deal with a lot. You'll deal with a lot of stuff. A lot of
because
stuff.
all you do,
Mm-hmm.
I wish I would deal with that shit now. They're gonna
Oh
think
yeah, that's a whole different time.
I beat that because I wouldn't
That
even.
shit is not going
Swear.
down. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's one good thing that comes out of it for a lot of women though. They do find their strength within that whole situation. When they come out of it, they find their strength. And that's what I did. That was one bad relationship that I was in. And after that, I was like, ain't there's no way. I'm not going to the same class over and over again, dealing with the same lesson. It just snapped me out of it because I didn't have like that type of situation in the home. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like,
That's what I'm saying. That's why I wanted to do this, because I talk a lot on my platform about me and what I experienced. Like, it's all different for all y'all. And then the more we join, the more we could talk about certain things. I want people to know it's not just my story. It's bad. It's not good, but it's certain people that grew up with good parents or this, that, and this, but it's still like your heart. But it all has to do like with yourself. And I just feel like I want to come up here and talk about this shit because a lot of people don't get it like how we do in our healing process, because I'm not completely healed with this shit, but I'm come up here and talk to save somebody from like dying or something like that. Or even sometimes people don't have nobody to talk to and the internet is here, and like, you know, we just need to expand this because domestic violence is just, it's just sad, y'all. It just really, really is.
It's real, and it seems like it's getting worse out here.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was like crucial to like come up here and do it. And there's plenty of people that do this, but the more the fucking merrier. So I just feel like, and I just want like a safe place too, because my other whole point of doing this, I told you guys that I was going to take notes on certain things for certain topics and break it down into a series. But the whole key thing of me doing this is to gather people so we can have private groups on Zoom. So this, it's like basically I'm just doing a sweep to see if anybody is interested. And then we go into our hermit thing where we could talk more and talk about certain details and stuff like that. And we could get raw and real on here.
That would be amazing.
But some people are like private or don't want to, you know. So I just want to respect that. And that's why I'm going to just do these type of sweeps. I call it a sweep. Like, come through like, what's good? We're doing this. Everybody is the same place. This is who's around and stuff like that. And so we could talk, and those services will always be free.
Right.
That's what's up.
This is so amazing because this is so much in alignment of my mission and like what I'm into with like just literally helping other women and men, you know what I mean, that's going through it or even been through it.
Right. I wanted to ask both of you guys, because I was thinking about it today before we were, you know, we were going to do this, and I was just thinking about what I wanted to talk about, and I couldn't remember the signs like that it was gonna come. Did y'all see any signs from whoever it was that y'all were dealing with that this is what this dude is with? Like he with the shits, like he
I would say I seen signs. I chose to ignore them.
Okay.
Definitely seen signs. And then there was even more signs that I saw but didn't realize they were signs until later on.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Like, I want to piggyback off her. Like, I really want to say what she just said. But yeah, it was, I seen signs right away.
Yeah.
And again, that's just what I liked and I accepted.
Right.
So turned me on. Like, honestly, I'm just going to keep it real.
Yeah.
I'm not proud of it, but maybe other people feel this way and they don't want to say it out loud.
Yeah.
So
I feel like it was something that, and maybe I don't know if I'm speaking for you too, Cassie, but I feel like it was more so, like you said, it was like a turn on. It was like a something that we needed at that moment. We needed to feel that love, because I think the main sign was the extreme clinginess, the being possessive, right? We think that's, oh, that's cute. You know, he don't want nobody but me, and he don't want nobody to be around me. But then obviously you see how that was a sign, and then later on it becomes, I don't want you around your friends. I don't, you know what I mean? Like literally just making you isolating you from your world.
Yep. That is so true, because that's what happened with me. I got isolated from the whole like family, and he already know that I was like type of person that stayed to myself. But when people couldn't come visit and stuff, that was an issue.
You vent, we vent.
That began to break you down.
What to do? They knew exactly what to do, and like even the isolated shit, it would be like, oh, I want to go out, or I'm about to go out. It's like, oh, you want to go out, or you? It's a certain energy.
Yeah, they throw that guilt trip on you.
It's like, you could go.
It's like their energy change. Ooh, that low vibration.
That's a nasty energy too that you talking about. Oh.
Yeah,
I don't like that. It's scary.
I'm just writing down
I
like
gotta make sure I put that note, like
yeah.
the energy shifts.
Yep, that's what I'm doing too. We also I wanted to talk about too when it comes to the abuse. I was getting verbal and physical abuse. It's like it started more verbal, and then that was like, I don't know if it was like a tactic to break me down and get me ready for the physical or what, but it started off very, very verbal, but it was always the lovey-dovey afterwards to kind of I don't know, I guess get me back on track, keep me focused, and then knock me down again, and then love on me a little bit, and then knock me down again, and
That
then
constant
after a
cycle.
while it became physical.
That's how it was for me too. I unfortunately I experienced literally all the abuses, like the verbal, and like you said, it's like a cycle of it. It goes in cycles. It's the, the honeymoon, and then it's the, you know, verbal break you down, making you feel like it's your fault, and
Yeah.
then it's trying to give you that high again, and then it's just the again and again.
And that's such a nasty feeling, because when they pick you up, they pick you all the way up. Like they make you feel good, they do things with you, they, you know, and then the next minute it could be any little thing. And something, most of the time, like with the person I dealt with, it wasn't even nothing that I did. It'd be stuff going on outside of the relationship that I
Ooh,
would get like
get the
a mess
backlash of
for.
it.
You know what I'm saying? Especially if it was other women involved and I didn't know, and it was something going on with the other women, or he had an issue with the other women, or they were arguing or fighting, I would catch all of
Take it
that
out
at
on
home.
you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
I would
like
catch all of that.
type of stuff, because a lot of them that do that type of abuse have narcissistic traits, or is just a
Ooh,
narcissist.
I
I
was
want
just about to bring that up.
I want to ask y'all, when these things was going on with y'all, how the abuser's family was acting towards you, like if they had a mother or aunt that raised them, or whoever, like was their parents in their life. um did you see why that person was like that, or was that
Oh
did
yeah. Oh yeah.
mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Same.
It definitely
Same.
stems, and like we said before, it stems from childhood. It stems from their environment and how they grew up. And like you said too, Cassie, the family, the friends not being held accountable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I feel like the abuser's family, especially, like I said, with me, it was mainly the mom. It was like there was nothing he could do wrong. I did talk to a couple other people in the family about it, um and they were okay with me talking to them about it, but they kind of like, well, if that's how you feel, then such and such and such and such. But like I said, I didn't want to talk to my family. I just wanted to talk to really like his mom and be like, what is going on with him? I don't know why I felt like I needed to talk to her, but she always turned me right back there. And I guess that's kind of what I wanted at the time, but that's not what I needed. I kind of needed that pep talk to tell me why I needed to stay in the relationship, it felt like, because I really didn't understand like what I was really doing, especially when the kids came, because I had 3 kids by this person.
Mm-hmm.
So and that was her biggest thing. You got kids by him. You got kids by him. You might as well just stay. He's gonna change. He got this going on, that going on. Like I said, a lot of excuses and all that stuff for him. But his grandmother, though, she always would tell me like, I think you should just leave him alone. Don't tell his mom, which was her daughter. Don't let nobody don't
Oh
let
yeah.
nobody know I said that. But you need to just go
You know
about
what I
your
think it
business,
was?
take your kids.
I think it was definitely your spirit
Yes,
wanting to
I
go to
agree.
her to get the answer, to get
Right.
like is this, like, where is this stemming from? And a lot of the times we don't really, especially when we're in that type of situations, we're not really able to listen to our spirit, even though we know, right? Subconsciously we know,
Right.
but we're in that moment. So it
Yep.
was like, okay, I'm going to her because my subconscious knows that I need this answer. This is confirmation. I knew that she was low key a narcissist, or low key the same way, and pushing me towards this toxicity. But at the same time, I want to hear this because it's going to soothe me, and I want this love. So
Right.
I'm going to go to her because she's going to tell me what I need, what I want to hear, so that I can go back,
You are
or so that I can
100%
stay.
right. You are 100% correct, because that's exactly what I came up with today. Now, like, that's exactly what I was looking for. I wanted one person to tell me one thing because I really wanted this relationship to work. I wanted that person that reeled me in to resurface, and that wasn't happening because that wasn't even who he really was. So
That was just pretend.
girl,
The loyal,
Girl.
that
that was
person
a hot mess.
ever again. Sometimes they stayed for like a couple months. I got it for a couple months, but it's like you never see that person again because they can't. It's a fall
Never again.
of them. Crazy.
I'm so grateful we are where we are now, that we
Yes.
can giggle about it here and there, or you know what I mean, or actually speak on it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I totally agree. I wanted to ask that question, you guys, because I dealt with like drama from the mother and stuff like that. With me, it was more like they like wanted me out of the picture, but the whole time I know that who was supposed to be my man was going behind my back talking about me to like I
Oh,
don't
that part too.
mental illness
Mm.
the motherfucker too, because that has a lot to do with it too. Like I didn't understand. I think like when I did find out certain things, I'm just like, so why would you like want me to stay with you or be with you? But I don't know. And another thing I want to talk about with the parents too is that how they be knowing that their kid has a mental illness, but they don't want to say that. They just
They
want to
don't.
blame
Ooh,
on both of
don't
you.
get them. Never
Or
got them evaluated.
so after a while, I started seeing too, like it has to be because you know that it has something to do with you, or you didn't want to get your child help or anything like that. Because I don't. It's
In
just
my situation, I feel like the family was afraid of him.
Interesting.
I feel like the family was
that too.
afraid of him because later on, I ended up finding out how, you know, he was verbally and physically abusive to the household. I
Oh
ended up
yeah.
living, you know what I'm saying, in the situation with his household. So I was able to really experience. So then once I seen that, it was more of an entrapment, because it's like everybody's going through this with him.
That's crazy.
So it was more so,
Mm.
I felt at, and many times I felt like, as long if he's doing it to her, then he's not doing it to us. So it was, he
Wow,
loves you, girl, stay with him,
thank
you
you.
know. Then when I get my own place, it was even worse. Don't let him come back over here, keep him with you, you
Oh,
know.
so you were living with him and his family?
Yes.
So did they heard you like being abused and stuff like that?
Yes, it got
And
to the
of
point
course
where
they
he
thought it was
started to
normal
do
because
it in
he was
front of
doing the
them.
same thing
Yep.
to them.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Now, don't get me wrong, mom will intervene. They would definitely intervene. That's one thing I would say. They would intervene, and try, but it would just be backlash. So then it'll be ended up like all of us, trying to stop him, and all of that, or them stopping him, and then he turns it on them, you know. So it was a lot of back and forth. And that's where it goes to. I feel like they knew that it was mental illness going on, but it just never was addressed. Is that black stigma? We don't get evaluated. We don't get help.
Right. Right.
And I will always express that, like, I think something's going on with him, and like, he needs help.
Right. So how does that affect like what you guys got going on now as far as relationships? That's one thing I wrote down that I wanted to talk about too. How everything that we went through how it affects our relationships now and future relationships if we're not in any right now.
It definitely affects.
Yeah,
It
100%.
affects in so many negative ways, and it affects in
Ooh.
a lot of positive ways too.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I know a couple of the negative ways for me when I did, because I took like 6-7 years off and just focused on me once that relationship was dead. But when I did step back into a relationship, I was looking for it. I was already like, I was waiting for something to pop off. It was like I was always on my toes. Even though I had stayed to myself for so long, I always got that, when is it gonna happen? Where is it gonna happen at? Or anytime I spoke up or disagreed with something, I was waiting for that type of response. With
I
a
can agree with
nasty
that.
mouth or a hand or whatever, you know what I mean? I was just waiting on it, and I was ready too. Like, what? Yep, and that's how I feel. And what? It made me real defensive about everything.
Yeah, I'm very defensive. I can say that. I also noticed that I avoid conversation a lot. Like if
Mm,
I have an opinion or if I have a concern, it'll take me forever to bring it up because I don't know if they're gonna be okay with, you know what I'm saying, my concern or my conversation of what the topic that I want to talk about. It becomes, I know it's a lot of topics become uncomfortable for me, not because I'm uncomfortable with myself, but I'm uncomfortable with a response because it could be any type of conversation that I would have with my ex, and it's, I can't have my opinion, or if they don't like what I want to go do or what I'm saying, it's backlash. And then if I'm defending myself, quote unquote, which is not really defending myself, it's just me having a conversation. If I'm saying anything back, it's going to be a problem.
right,
So I
right,
avoid a lot.
right.
I want to say this. Shout out to everybody in the chat. What's going on? Um, I wanted to talk about that right now because that that type of shit affects like the connection that I'm in right now. Like I have bad communication skills. That's why I be coming on here and talking about that shit and just sharing it because it is what it is. Um, but I'll be going through shit in my connection right now, and it's like she be like, you don't communicate, you don't like, I'm scared, bitch. I'm so scared. Like, for what? Because that person is not abusive to me or nothing like that. But it's
Right.
like
Right.
so scared to say the wrong thing. I remember whenever I stated my opinion or anything like that, I would be crushed to feel small. Like, yo, I
Yep.
swear, if it was like a song that I was listening to, because I listen to mad different music, rap, R&B, and pop the
Wait, hold on.
most.
Now we got the same case.
Ah,
Sunflowers.
yes. So like that shit affects me now, and I feel like it doesn't matter like the time that I had alone to like recuperate. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I had to be like back in a like a connection to really see like, yo, like something is wrong with my communication. This is different
Mm-hmm.
from me going on my platform and talking whatever. This is something intimate or whatever. But like,
Same.
why am I scared of this person all the time, or scared, like scared? And I'm just like, oh no, like we gotta talk about this and we gotta release it. And I'm speaking about me. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that shit sticks with you. That fear is
It
something.
does.
That is
Um,
true.
It takes a long time to wither away. And when you think that you're straight and you're over it, you're not.
Mm-mm. No. It does. It lingers for a long time. It really does.
yep, I wanted to put that down about communication. It's just like how you communicate in general too, but it's like I don't know, it's something different with that fear. And I don't know, but I want to also talk about just roll into now, like, with you guys' situation. Was your person dealing with any substance abuse on top of like the mental illness that you knew that they had?
Yes.
Yes,
Most definitely. Most definitely.
yeah.
Yes.
because you know that shit is like just adding flame to a
Oh,
fire.
that
Yep.
turns it all the way up. That turns it all the
Listen,
way up.
They
that
fuse it.
yes. So I dealt with that type of thing too. But I dealt with somebody that they family just only thought that they did like one thing,
Nope.
Mm-mm.
just like one thing, and it was just like it was numerous things. So that was a shock. I just don't understand how motherfuckers ain't think somebody was on drugs and shit with the shit that they was doing, but whatever. I don't know.
A lot of denial, a lot of turning what is it, a blind eye or something like that. I forget how to say
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But yo, I was dealing with this family, because then we can move, like this type of family was a family that throw rocks at a glass house, shit like that, like talk pure shit about people, but think they better and everything like that. But I feel like a lot of them did not know that that man did several drugs
Mm.
and different.
Mm-mm.
It was that's how much is like I just I don't know, yo, because they just giving me visions like a motherfucker, and actually of this individual's childhood.
Mm.
I just
I feel like you definitely have a lot of anger towards them because it's like they enabled it. It seems like they fueled it too.
yeah, but I be feeling like more. That's how the anger with me is like if something happens to me, these people need to get charged, even though there's certain like
Right.
people.
Yeah.
I just feel like to just watch like with the shit that happened to me recently. It's just like if my girl wasn't there, um like I could have like without somebody being there I would have got arrested, like because basically like
Mm.
motherfuckers would lie and say something like I just could have got arrested in front of my kids and everything if certain, you know. But I don't
Yeah.
know. I just, and then it's just the craziness too, like why would you put your hands on me and then when I'm with the cops text me and say that's why I beat your ass or something like that? Like what?
Oh, he
Like
crazy.
you understand? And then that gives me the frustration to like,
Yeah.
why is the warrant still not signed from a judge so this person could start their process of court and getting a felony and stuff like that? But y'all granted me a restraining order, but the judge still didn't sign for the risk of injury to a minor and all that type of stuff. And I don't like. It's just crazy. It's just crazy.
They say they want to
I want to
protect
say
us
so
and
much
they're
more.
all about us,
Sorry, and
but
I just
it
can't.
turns out
That's
they're
why it's
not.
hard. I'm
Mm.
sorry. Certain things I can't say, but I really want to. I'm sorry, Goldie. What were you saying?
No, I said it's a lot of, they always say like, they're here to protect us and make sure we're safe, but in the long run it turns out not to be that way.
Mm-mm. No, I don't. I
I
feel
wish
like
I could
they
say
can
so
care
more, but
less.
it's like I don't want to say too much. Like
Yeah,
it's
and
like I would just say something so drastic has to happen in order for them to take shit serious.
yes, huh?
That's crazy because by the time something drastic happened, it's like it's too late because drastic is
Life or
not
death.
even being here no more.
Hmm.
I'm sorry, you guys. I told y'all my kids is a part of this discussion. They're not supposed to be up.
It's okay. Y'all probably can hear my
Uh,
my
I
baby snoring
really
in the background.
we only gonna have like 5 to 10 minutes on here just because this you guys on my background and everything. Um, but yeah, I just feel like after that happened, I stood on the same street and waited for the cops, and they didn't come till like 45 minutes later.
What?
Wow.
And I know that this person, like the way they was acting and what they was doing, that person could have rolled up on me at any time and just shot me.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? While waiting and stuff like that. So,
That's crazy.
yo, and it just made me so mad, but I'm just very proud of myself for the simple fact that I know how I am and I know how I was in the past. And all I was thinking about was my kids. Like, if I have to do things the right way so I could save my kids, because, like, me getting my ass whooped is normal to Kai. Like, he done seen
Damn.
went up so much. But my thing is like, I haven't been with you in over 3 years, and I was dating a masculine for 2 years that you knew how that person looked and everything like that, and you ain't never
Mm-hmm.
hands or anything on that masculine, but then I start dating a feminine, and you want to try to attack me, you want to try to attack her and whoop my ass. It was more like he was
Mm-mm.
he was beating on me and looking at her like, you can't do nothing, like, because
Yep.
obviously his family was holding her back, a female, you know what I'm saying, a female.
They that's
Yo, but
crazy.
Yeah, that family. Oh no.
it hurt me so bad because it was more like, yeah, look what I'm doing to her, and you can't do nothing. Do that shit to a man, pussy.
That's crazy.
Right.
You like do that shit to a man, and it's just like his family. Like, shame on you. Like, shame on you. If she wasn't there, they would have let him whoop my ass per usual. And then if the cops came, if somebody else called the cops, it would have been, she came over here, like,
Right.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
what I'm saying,
Mm-mm-mm.
here like da 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 da. But people so crazy because they sit there and they lie to the cops, but there's certain things called text messages and phone calls.
There you
Like,
go.
you want to say that this person came over here to do this when they really came over here to pick up their child, which is all documented with like. So my thing is just like, I don't know. I don't know why I don't know. I don't
That's
know.
crazy.
It's just crazy. I don't I don't know how, like, and go back to what Goldie said about the fear. That's what I started noticing after a while too. Like, when I first started dating my girlfriend, and I would go pick up my daughter or drop off my daughter, he'll be there, he'll be around, and he'll like be angry and start breathing hard and everything like that. And his grandmother would be like, she'll hurry up and meet me before I get out the car to give her my daughter. And I'm just like, don't let him put fear in you, because that's how he operate,
Right.
but I did know that, because I didn't want her to run off fear, but I knew at any time he'll do whatever he want to do to me, you know.
Crazy.
So, uh,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that shit is just sad how I just move on and everything like that, and publicly too. So it's not fake, you guys, when I see certain things. And I'm not telling y'all already know what it is, because y'all go off energy when y'all see. But my thing just be like, I don't know. I was talking to my sister the other day, and I was telling her, and I was like, yeah, motherfuckers be really thinking that I'll still be fucking with him or whatever. She was like, what the hell is wrong with people? I was like, no, you really got to think about it though. Why is this person acting like this? Like,
Mm.
why? You know what I'm saying? That's why it take people to physically be there and see it. Like,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying? Or even somebody like my girlfriend that'll be around me for consecutive days and know that I'm not like up under this person, doing anything with this person. And when they see me interact with this person is intuitive. So they already know, like, this is strictly,
Right.
Yep.
gotta,
Right.
people will really think, because he tells people that and they believe him. You know what I'm saying? Like, still sleeping with me and everything. And it's like, people question that. Like, even the person that I was dating, like, before Bazzy, was like, yo, I think you be, or you be letting him do this thing. It's like, no, I don't. Mm,
That's crazy.
yeah.
That's crazy how it just leaked into something else. What do you guys think as far as on the abusers, and what or matter of fact, what, as far as your baby daddy, Cassie, what was his, do you know what his upbringing was like for him to be like that?
Yeah. That's why, like, it always comes back from their childhood. He lost his father at a young age when he was like months old. Um,
Mm-hmm.
brother's father raised him, and he has another brother from the same father, and then he has one that lived in his household, of course, from his stepfather who raised him.
Mm-hmm.
Um, his to me, he's a complete narcissist, and that's a learned trait, and that comes from his mother too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, you guys. I get like the throat chakra just closing the fuck up.
Mm.
No,
It
this
can't.
is a hard topic, so it's
Yeah,
understandable.
like, it came from there, but it was more of it's like lack of attention, lack of love, and shit like that. Like, I don't feel like from the things that I seen, first of all, from the things that I heard, that his mother had certain mother instincts.
Mm.
He was more up under her sister. And this is like growing up and stuff like that. That's why it's just like, I don't know. It was like certain things was like, you know what, I still got to see it. But when I had my son or even my daughter, it's like, you can't watch a baby for this long or that long, but you got two kids. Like, you know, once a mother, like, and they turn into grandmothers, it's like they even better. They even better. So it was just like the I don't know. She can't, like, I wouldn't be able to leave Kai with her for like an 8-hour shift or a 4-hour shift, because they raised Kai and they welcome Kai as their own, because I met him when I was 2 months pregnant. So literally, and they loved Kai, and it was always material things with them and stuff like that. But yes. Can I play Roblox? No. What? Yes, 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 you can. I don't know, but when I started seeing she couldn't do certain things and it was just controlling, I was like, she didn't even. It was one time one of the family members was telling me, I guess she had him at like a young age when she was a teenager, like a young teen, and one of their family members was like, yeah, this was one of his younger cousins was like, yeah, she was too scared to go downstairs and get his bottle, so she used to send me because it was dark down there. But you was out there fucking and doing whatever you want to do and that type of stuff. That's when I knew right there. I'm like, all right, she was one of those young mothers. But I don't think she nurtured him, because if you did what you were supposed to do and you nurture your son and you took care of him, and even though that happened, you know, he lost the father at a young age, but there was still a male in the household. Y'all didn't do y'all job there. If y'all did y'all job, he would have been straight. So
Right.
like, I don't know. And I feel like if there was anything not normal about your child, you should have got him the help. But again, how we grow up and stuff like that. But I just feel like I don't know. It was never discussed like this person has mental issues. It was always me, 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 me. And only when she got around my family or fighting or something like that, she'll be like, I don't think they belong together. They're toxic. And it was like a uncomfortable relationship that they had. It made me uncomfortable. Like, I didn't even understand it or anything like that. Like,
With
one
his
time,
mom, him and his mom.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it was uncomfortable to me, meaning that it was weird. It was weird. And even like she just weirded me out even more. Like, one after I had Autumn, we was having a fight at a barbershop. This is when he let his mother come with a weapon and he held me and let her hit me. And this was after I fought her when I was 6 months pregnant. And he joined in too at that time to go
That
against me.
is crazy.
Yeah, and I didn't even get him arrested or anything because I loved him so much. But yeah, like literally, so many times he could have got arrested. But she was arguing with me and she was like, that's why I got videos of you and I'm gonna post them and da 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 and this, that, and this. And I was like, yo, bitch, you out of line. Cause we was around my peoples. We was in my people's barbershop. So they knew me, and them niggas was disgusted. Like,
Yeah.
and like, and then even when I brought it up to him, he was like, nah, my mom didn't mean it like that. Or she ain't mean. I'm just like, y'all motherfuckers is weird.
Weird.
Mm-hmm. And that's when I felt like it was just more confirmation that their relationship is uncomfortable, because even if you have your son's password or you in his phone, why is you even like, but why would you even say that out loud? That's when I was like, this bitch is weird. And it was too late at that time. I thought it was already, when I started seeing things, it was too late. And that's what I get for ignoring the signs at the beginning, because they was all there. But I didn't have enough strength. I thought that was just what I deserved and what I was always going to get. That was what was installed in my head too. You ain't no nigga gonna ever want you. Ain't nobody gonna ever want you. Like,
Oh yeah, they like to say that. They like to say
got
that. That's their favorite line.
baby, you got. So it's just like, I don't know. But again, sorry, you guys. Okay, I'm sorry, girl. What happened? All right, you guys. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna have to end the discussion.
No, it's good.
Next time when we do the discussion, I'll just make sure that they're sleeping. But honestly, I got held up outside. But is there any last words that you guys want to say before we go?
I do just want to add in, maybe this could be a topic as well on it, is I feel like a lot of what you've dealt with, Cassie, and me too, and I feel you too, Andrea, um, is abuse came from the family too. We were abused all around, right? Not just from our partner, but from their family,
Yeah.
right? Because rather it was verbal abuse all the time, um, manipulation, right? Mental, that's mental, spiritually breaking us down, making us feel less
Mm,
than, making us feel like it's our fault, like
I
we're the
agree.
problem.
Yeah, I agree with that too. I dealt with a lot of stuff at the beginning too. I felt like I just had to take it because again, you guys, I was pregnant with Kai when I met him. So like the little slick shit his family used to say, they didn't really know I was crazy as hell, you know? And I didn't want to show them that side of me. And I was like, Cass, like, how would you feel if your cousin or your son brought their girlfriend or like, you know, this is my girl and she pregnant while I'm with her. So I took a lot of stuff, but um I didn't have to and I shouldn't have.
Right.
All right,
Well,
so
I just I want to say one last thing too is that even with everything that we've been through and have talked about tonight, I think it definitely created some awesome women. Awesome women. I think it gave us the strength that we needed to do what we're doing right now and even beyond this. So um even though it was hard and you know we went through what we went through, I'm just glad that you know that we were able to pull out of it the way that we did and the things that we accomplishing and still accomplishing, like you getting on here tonight and still dealing with everything that you dealing with. Like, I don't know, it's just the strength that I love that comes out of it. If you let it come out of it, you got to get out of, you got to, when you in that type of situation and you get out of it, and that power that you possess, it'll take you so far. So for like people that are just watching, I just want to encourage them to continue to be strong, and however you see fit to get out of that situation safely, do so, because the power that you get from leaving is so much greater than anything. It turns you into a whole beast. It turned me into a whole beast. So I just want to send out encouragement to anybody that might be going through that or have gone through that and are still struggling with it. It's not the end. Anytime that you wake up, you have more time to still become and do whatever it is that you want to do.
yes.
So perfectly said.
Last word, Goldie, also.
Say that again. I didn't hear you.
Any last words also from Goldie?
I couldn't hear you.
You have any last words too before we
Is it just me? I'm hearing like static.
Yeah, it's a
I
static
think
you on
that
my end.
also Autumn is playing with her toy on the floor. If it's loud. I'm sorry.
So yeah, I just wanted to say that too. For everyone that is listening, it's just if you're dealing with the situation now, definitely stay encouraged. Find a way to get out of it. Talk to someone. Um, it's definitely time to get out of it. If you have dealt with the situation already and you're out of it, I definitely want to encourage you to keep going. I am proud of you. We are all proud of you, and you know, and you just have to remember that you've always been powerful, you've always been amazing. Now that you have left, right? Now it can be brought up out of you even more. And if you're still dealing with the situation, please know that you are powerful and you are wonderful. And it's time for you to let go of that toxicity. And that's that.
100%.
Yes, I totally agree. I want to thank you ladies again, Andrea and Goldie, for joining this discussion with me. This is Event to Me exclusive domestic violence. This is just a one part onto a series that I'm going to do with certain topics that we talked about tonight. Um, I hope these ladies would join me again. And if you guys are watching and you're interested of joining this discussion or future discussions, just make sure y'all hit me up and I'll be happy to have you also. But I don't know. I'm just excited about this and I appreciate you guys' time and then also sharing personal things and your experiences. This is just a safe place where you could come and listen. If you're extremely private, that's fine. You could watch because at the end of this series, then I'm going to gather up some people and start just like we could do a monthly group where we could meet and talk about these things. And if you guys have any other topics, please feel free to reach out to me and share them with me and we could discuss them. But I love you guys so, so much. And it's always a pleasure. And I look forward to speaking with y'all soon. Bye.